Every day I have to jump off a 10,000-meter cliff. Deploy a large number of aerial mines on the cliffside. Not only that, there's an automatic heavy artillery piece every 500 meters, clearly preventing something from climbing up from the bottom of the cliff. When I asked what was down there at the bottom, the veteran immediately threw a grenade over the edge. Following an explosion after about 10 seconds, eerie howling sounds came from below the cliff. What the hell is that?
That is what we call the Hollow Men.
The organization once sent 10,000 Special Forces soldiers deep into the canyon to eliminate them, but not a single one came back alive.
Is the Gorge is the door to hell. And we're standing guard at the gate.
The veteran said contact with the tower guard on the opposite side was forbidden, and someone would come to relieve me after a year. The next day, the veteran saw the helicopter coming to pick him up. However, what greeted him was a bullet. It turned out that, to keep the secret, the organization hadn't let anyone leave here alive for decades. That night, Anna, the beautiful woman on the opposite side, actively fired shots to get my attention. I responded to her with 8 large characters saying communication forbidden, but this seemed to anger her. She shot my water bottle to pieces. Just as she was feeling smug about it, I also picked up my sniper rifle and responded to her in the same manner. This made her feel like she'd met a kindred spirit. She immediately placed a bottle on her head, signaling me to continue shooting. However, just as I was about to fire, Anna's expression instantly changed to one of terror. She suddenly gestured for me to look down. Sensing something was wrong, I observed through my holographic scope and discovered that at the bottom of the cliff, unknown creatures were secretly climbing upward. These monsters actually had human faces. I immediately pulled the trigger. The hit monster happened to trigger a suspended mine, and the blast wave from the explosion also knocked down these monsters. Since the monsters were directly below me, I couldn't use heavy weapons to strike them and could only pick them off one by one with my rifle. Anna on the opposite side immediately provided fire support.
Rocket launcher!
Under the crazy barrage of heavy weapons, the monsters on the cliff were quickly knocked down. The seemingly frail woman, empowered by her weapons, displayed a wild, charismatic presence. Soon the first wave of targets on the cliff had been cleared. Just as Anna was about to breathe a sigh of relief, a monster secretly climbed up. Anna decisively pulled out her pistol and fired, then kicked the monster off the cliff. But more monsters continued climbing upward. I aimed at one and quickly pulled the trigger. However, as the monster fell, it hit a suspended mine, causing a violent explosion. The shrapnel also injured Anna. Seeing the opposite side about to be overrun, I hurriedly activated the heavy machine gun. The dense bullets, trailing light, cut through the sky toward the opposite side. The wounded Anna immediately joined the battle, firing frantically at the monsters. At this moment, a monster happened to trigger the infrared alarm system. The automatic phalanx gun turrets positioned every 500 meters were activated. Bullets rained down like drops, weaving a massive network of firepower in the canyon. The dazzling light illuminated the entire canyon.